Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe Dividends YouTube channel. If you've been following this journey, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe so that you do not miss future videos. Also, click the like button to help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Getting paid just for owning stocks, this is what dividend investing is all about. This is my weekly buy video, and my current strategy is to deposit $250 of my own money per week and let the portfolio do the heavy lifting for me going forward. All dividends received will be reinvested back into the stock from which it was received. My goal is to put this money to work for me in the long term to build a growing and reliable income stream. I am a long-term buy and hold investor who focuses primarily on individual blue chip stocks as well as ETFs and CEFs. And what we are looking at right now is my taxable M1 stock brokerage accounts. And we'll take a look at the 1 week performance of the portfolio. You can see here the gain, 0.39%, a gain of $759.91. We can see most of that is through the earned dividends. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into the activity log, and I'm going to show you where my $250 went this morning for my deposit. And we can see right here there were actually let's take a look at the deposit. $250 went in, but there were 3 buys for $259.06. The 906 is dividends being reinvested, and we'll take a look and see where that money went. So we can see here the 3 buys. First up, Lockheed Martin for $376. This is a dividend reinvestment, or what's called a DRIP. And here's where my $250 went. All of it went to SCHD. And if you're unfamiliar with SCHD, if you do a search just on YouTube, you're going to come up with a million videos. And it is my largest position in my portfolio. And if you do some research, you'll find out why. Just a quick summary: SCHD has about 100 companies in it. It's an ETF, a very low fee from Charles Schwab, and and to me it's kind of a have your cake and eat it too type of investment, because you get S&P 500 like returns, actually a little bit better, with double the dividend percentage, with over 3%, and the S&P is under 1.5%. So to me, it's a great investment, and that's why my money is funneling there primarily. Next up, waste management for $5.30. And what I like to do next is kind of show you what this $250 did, as well as those dividend drips to my cash flow. And I'm going to click over to a Google Docs spreadsheet. And if you look in the description below, I will put a link so you can see what I'm invested in. You can see all the positions here, all the company's ticker. You can see the number of shares I own, the market value, and you can see this will correspond with what I have in M1, the 193 right there. And I track a bunch of different things here. You can see I have 3 different shades of green, and we're in March, so we're in the last month of the quarter, end of quarter, so I'll be receiving most of my dividends, and that's in the dark green. And I have this arranged by the dividend pay date, and it's kind of like an advent calendar. Every day or a couple days, no more than a week, I'm getting paid from different dividend stocks. And you can see here I've received most of the stock or the payouts, but not most of the dollars. And I'm expecting a big one from SCHD, which is what I just invested the $250, and I have not received that, so I have not recorded that yet. And we'll take a look and see. I'll show you what I've received so far for the month of March. We'll do a quick count up. I've received $303.66 so far in the month, with a lot more to go. I've got to get my SCHD and some others in here. And so right here, if you're a dividend investor, I think it's really important to track your monthly cash flow average. and this averages my payments, my estimated payments of stock for each month. And the reason I have to kind of smooth it out is because in the first and second months of the quarter I receive less, about 500 for January, 500 for February, and March I'm scheduled to get over $1,000. So I do is I divide that by 3 and I get a monthly cash flow average. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to import some data into this M1 tab here. And what it's going to do is it's going to update my shares and my companies without me having to type those in. And I just click on the holdings tab of M1. I know some people rely on scripts or Plaid or stuff like that, or a pay service. And for me, I want things done instantly, and I don't want to pay for them. So this is all I gotta do right here is just grab this data, copy it, paste it. You can take a look again. I'll leave a link below, and you can take a look at how I'm pulling this. It's really simple, very unsophisticated. It's really just a VLOOKUP and aligning. All I'm doing is pasting in the raw data from M1 into a single column, and then I'm lining up the shares and cost of those, and then doing a VLOOKUP for each of my positions. We can take a look at the shares. You can see the VLOOKUP, how it's doing that. It's pulling the shares as well as my cost basis, and that's pretty much it. And so it's changed my monthly cash flow average now to, it looks like an even 781. So let's go over here. This is another tab where anytime I do a buy, or there's a company has raised their dividend or lowered it, I just record it over here. And this is a good way of kind of measuring progress. So I just copied over the 781. That's my new monthly average dividend. And the prior was 780.29, and we're just going to there we go. So by depositing $250 and buying more SCHD and dripping in Waste Management and Lockheed Martin, my monthly income for every single month has gone up by 71 cents. So for me, that's important to track that, the ups and downs. If I would just invest in, say, a Pepsi, Home Depot, Coca-Cola, Procter & Gamble, there's chances are that there's not going to be a lowering of my monthly income. It's going to go up. That is if I don't sell shares. If I keep buying more shares and dripping that dividend back into companies like those, you're not going to see these dips. When you have an ETF like SCHD, it's variable. So you can see the last announced dividend in December was 70 cents, and then the last one here in March was 59 cents. But overall, if you add up all the dividends for the year, I'll guarantee you that in 2023, the total annual dividends for SCHD is going to be more than what it was in 2022. But there's kind of some ups and downs. The first quarter of every year for SCHD is historically lower than the later ones. So I expect this to go up and even see a dividend higher than 70 cents sometime in 2023. So that's why I have something like an SCHD. JEPI does the same thing, where it seems like it's lower earlier in the year and it bounces back later on. Of course, that's not guaranteed, but that's historically what it's done. So let's go. I'm going to show you real quick. I have a Dividend Tracker tab. Kind of shows you what this portfolio has done. I started doing videos in January 2021. You can see my starting value was $18,700, and we got to a point where I was touching $200,000. I actually hit it, and it's come down several times just with the market volatility. So I'm in the 190s. You can see I'm tracking the total dividends for 2021, total for 2022, and already in 2023 I'm at $1,300, and it's going up like crazy. You can see my average monthly dividend. I started tracking that in May 2021, started at $50 a month, and we're all the way up to $7.81. You can see with the SCHD lowering its dividend, I was close to $800, but JEPI and SCHD kind of blew that up. But I think it's going to recover. I'm predicting probably an end of December. I'll get to the $900 points. We'll see. You can see my deposits. I kind of started modestly, and had some home equity and home I no longer own to deploy, and I've kind of backed that off. And I'm predicting, I think in April I may even back off my buys. My $250 buys may go to $100 buys because I want to restore some cash reserves because of taxes. Had to pay some taxes, and so I kind of want to get my cash reserves back up. So I think for a while, I think starting in April, probably the next week, it'll be $100 buy, but I'll still do a video. So that's pretty much what I wanted to cover. Let me know what you are buying in the comments, and let me know what you think of what I bought and where you guys are at. So again, thanks for sticking to the end. Click the like button if you got value from this video, and subscribe so that you do not miss future videos. Either tomorrow or the next day, I'm going to do a video on SCHD. I'm going to show you what I received. I'll prove it to you in my account. I'll go to M1 and show you the money. A lot of people will tell you the dividends they got. I show you with actual proof, and I'll show you too in the IRA. I even have more shares than I do in this taxable account. So I'll show you a complete SCHD dividend reveal. So again, thanks again for hanging on to the end, and have a great week.